Yo, what's up, guys? This is Fafnir Yu-Gi-Oh! Um, Today I just took first place in a Back-To-Duel event. Because of what I'm playing today, you'll see in the title it's SPEEDROID. I got 5-0 in a 17-man tournament. It does sound like a lot, but it's my locals, one of my only locals up where I live in Alaska. And so I won this mat. This beautiful mat. I finally won a mat with the SPEEDROIDs. I'm so happy. And I got a field singer. Everybody got this field singer, but I got the mat to go with it. I'm so happy. So I went 5-0. Round 1 was Ancient Gears, 2-0. Round 2 was Sky Strikers, 2-0. Round 3 was Branded, like Albaz, and that was 2-0. I kind of won game 1 off of rolling, but it's whatever. Round 4 was a 5-twin deck, and that was probably my toughest match, but I can't remember if I went 2-0 or 2-1 against him, but he opened too many starters when I went first, game 1, and then game 2 he opened too many, he didn't open any hand traps, or he opened all hand traps, and so he couldn't play, and so I just got to play for free. Round 5 was against Branded Despia, like Albaz, and that was my toughest match. That was the only other match, if not the only match, that pushed me to game 3, because I lost game 1, but I won the next 2 games. Let's get into the list. So 1 Terratop, he's that one, the best starter in the deck. 3 Ultra Hound, the new best starter other than OG Terratop. Always send the trap monster off with this. This is really good. I don't use the grave effect. I kind of forget it's there, but it's whatever. It's just really good play starter. So 3 is, I've seen 3 go 2 is standard, but I like 3 because I want to open it. 3 Take Tomborg, best extender in archetype. This is really good. You only special it once per turn by any means, so be careful of that. But I always love opening that card because I can search other extenders off of Terratop. 2 Marble Machine. I don't like this card that much, but it's another Terratop, so I'm playing 3 at the cost of 2 of them being normal summons, so it's another starter that I don't want to get, but I have to play due to the SPEEDROID wheel. So it's a love-hate relationship. I want to cut it, but I can't, so I'll just stick with 2. This is going to be controversial. 2 Double Yo-Yo. I get a lot of my inspiration from WinterKillz on YouTube, so shout out to him. I'm stuck on one of his older builds where you banish a 7, reveal Terratop in this, and that way I don't neg on the 50-50. So most players would cut this. I still like it a lot. It's top decking it late game is amazing if they don't have a disruption, so it's a really good late game card. That's why I play 2. I don't ever Sage Gog or anything, so I just love the card. 2 card Turbo. It's the only tuner of the deck that special summons itself as an extender, so that's really good. That's another really good Terratop target if you already open Take Tomborg. It's also gives you big damage. If you banish itself another wind monster from your grave, you give everything 800. So it really helps you close out games. I love the card. I don't play 3 because it's once return on the hard once return on the special from hand. So that's why I only play 2. Same with Den Daiko Duke. I only play 2 because it's another extender, but I have to get to grave to use that effect. So it's weird. But once I get it to grave late game, it becomes an amazing recursion to keep me alive and keep going. So people kept banishing, like my last round, the brand new player just kept banishing this, so it was annoying, but it was getting rid of that Mirror Jade banish, so I just kept playing through hand traps and disruptions with this. For the last 3 SPEEDROID tuners, I got 1 Fuki Midoshi Piper. To get that Excavate, that N-Archetype Prosperity, it's so good. You don't want to open it though, unless you have a way to get Den Engrave. But that's why I only play the 1. And then 1 Malicious Magnet. This controversial. people don't like playing this because it's a brick. I've won so many games just by bringing this out after begging everything and then tuning with their monster. I took somebody's Albaz, the Albaz player from round 5. I took his Albaz and synchroed with it for Malicious Magnet, summoned a Chambara, banished a car turbo, made it swing for 3k from 28 to 3k from the boost of Chambara, and then 32 because he gained another 200. So Malicious Magnet is really good if they don't have disruption for it. I will also play it for the SPEEDROID wheel. People don't like playing this. That's why I play it, is because it demands to negate, and if they don't, they just go neg so hard. So that's why I love that card. And then the obvious Red-Eyed Dice. You gotta play the one best tuner in the deck, but you want to see it off Atake Tomborg mid combo. You could change out Malicious Magnet for a Red-Eyed Dice, but I feel like Malicious Magnet is way too valuable. I love the card. It's so funny just going effect. They're like, good, Kim. I'm like, okay, sync with your monster for whatever. So I love that card. Now for the generic monsters. 2 Pilica for the Itale package. We'll get to that. This deck is literally just extenders, just full of extenders, the deck. So I'm playing this is so I can Itale mid combo or after disruptions and recur and try to play back through. So that's why I played this. I don't know if I still want to play, or I don't know if I like it too much because I ended up opening 2 Pilica. I was able to discard 1, and then I had 1 next turn for a follow-up. So it's okay. I don't know if, like, I won, so I'm biased, so I want to say it's great, but I have to test it more. And then for the last wind monsters, 2 Wandering Griffin-Ragger, the best SPEEDROID monster in the deck. I won my finals match with this. He had no monsters, 1800 life points. I was at 500, and I draw this return with no monsters on field. I just drop it on the board and swing direct for game. I was so happy. Shoutouts to Kevin for getting this to me because that was the only way I was able to get this card. That's why I play it. It's a free Baron. And against the Sky Striker player, I special summoned it, normal Dendang, and then I make Baron in 3 summons. So that was amazing. Love this card. I picked up a 3rd, and I'm going to switch it out for this Primitive Butterfly. So Butterfly serve the same purpose. It's just if I have no monsters, special, and then it can increase the level of all insects I control by 1. So it becomes level 6, which isn't as convenient as Griffin-Ragger, as I only play 1 4-star tuner. And so this will be a Griffin-Ragger. It changes out for Griffin-Ragger. That's it for my wind starter, like, extenders. And then only hand traps I played monsters was Ash. Came in clutch a few times. It's Ash. It's always going to come in clutch. Will I play other hand traps? Not really, me being me and how it is up here. Lots of people like to disrupt here where I am, so that's why I'm playing so few hand traps and just all gassed with hand traps. So most hands it's like 1 to 2 starters and then 2 to 3 extenders in hand to follow up. So that's why I'm only playing those 3, is to stop things like Brand Fusion, which is surprisingly popular. There's like 4 or 5 of them today. And then for spells, it's all the monsters. 3 Speed Recovery, best reborn spell in the game for any deck. It's not generic, but I reborn a SPEEDROID, and then Naga Heart wants to return on it, so I can use all 3 if I have them. And then the turn after it's sent to my grave, I get to banish to recover any SPEEDROID monsters. So this is really strong. Love it at 3. I don't ever side it out or anything. For the other SPEEDROID spell, I got 3 SPEEDROID Wheel. Really amazing card. It gets your bricks like Denden. Well, Denden's a love-hate, as I want it in graves because I need that recursion, but I hate opening it. So this card just dumps all the dead cards I can't use in my hand out to make those cards more worthwhile by getting tuners or just any SPEEDROID I can use. I used to play this at 2, but I love it at 3. I pitch 1 card, roll a die, and then I summon 1 or 2 SPEEDROIDs whose level is equal to the result, and it's on a d6. But if I don't summon anything, I take 500 times the result. So that's why I played the Malicious Magnet and the Red Eye Dice, because there's one or two situations where I summoned both of them because I rolled a 2. And it's just free, so free. I love this card. One of the best support cards I've seen. Other extenders, 2 E-Tele for Pilica. I might cut 1 Pilica and make it 3 E-Tele, 1 Pilica, just so I can get that engine going, or I can take it out. I don't even know if I saw E-Tele today, so it's a lot more testing I have to do, so I'm not sure. It's the one thing I'm like 50-50 on whether or not it's good. But E-Tele is great if and when it comes into clutch. 1 call by, I think this came up once, but it's called by. You need it. You gotta play through those disruptions. The really crucial ones that'll stop you. You need to play through it. On to traps. 3 Imperm. Best hand trap in the game because it's, what is it? It's like it's Veiler and also like Broken Line, where it just negates anything in the column if it was set. So that actually helped me clear 4 material Zeus with Crystalling on board, and I set Imperm before ending turn. So my turn, he tried to Zeus, a Crystalling negate, he chained Zeus, and I'm like Imperm, gain 6k, summon another Crystalling, go for game. So Imperm and clutch. And the last 2 SPEEDROID cards, and to finish out the list, SPEEDROID Duplicate. So this is Compulse. I banish a wind from my grave. I balance any card my opponent controls. Then once a duel, I can, if it's in my grave, I target a SPEEDROID on my field, reduce the level of it by 1, and then summon it as a level 1 tuner. So that's why you play 3 Ultra Hound, is to send this, bring it back, and then you're going to summon the Cork Shooter. So really, really strong starting combo is to get to the Synchros, level 3 Cork Shooter as fast as possible. Really had fun with the list. Griffin Rager won me the game. I'm so happy. First time going 5-0 at a big tournament like that. So really solid list. Just 1 or 2 misplays I made in tournament. So off to extra. 1 Rubber Band Shooter. The only other, I put 2 links, just one of this and another. This card is really good because I get 2 normal summons after me. Like I get the original normal summon, and then this gives me another, but locks me into synchros, win synchros for the rest of the turn. And then I can banish a win synchro, reveal 2 SPEEDROIDs whose levels add up to the result, and then randomly add 1 to hand and send the other to grave. So this is a really good card. That's why I play double yo-yos, to reveal double yo-yo and Terror Top, and either way that 50-50 I don't neg. As like, if I had Terror Top, it's like cool, it's whatever, but if I had double yo-yo, it's insane because I summon yo-yo off of this normal, the additional normal, bring back Terror Top, search Take Tomborg if I haven't gotten to it already. It's a really strong link. People play 2. I like that 1 because I just, lots of generic synchros, so I love this card. 1 Auroradon. So it kind of conflicts with Rubber Band, where if I normal summon an additional time with it, I'm locked into win synchros and I can't go into this. But I've seen replays of summoning this, bring out the tokens, and then especially summon Fuki, Midoshi, Piper, Excavate up to 5 cards, randomly add 1 and place the rest on bottom. So that's why this is here, but this actually clutched. I summoned 3 tokens, ended on Terror Top, this, 3 tokens, tributed a token, popped a card, and then end phase, they activated the Ice Jade, banished my Terror Top, and then next turn I had a token left over, and it really saved me there with the token generation. So this card is both offensive and defensive because the tokens are really good for synchros. It's only 2 links I played. 2 Cork Shooter, level 3, best synchro in the extra deck for extending, because when it's synchro summon, I have the option of adding either adding a SPEEDROID spell or trap, or bringing back the synchro materials. So it's really strong. What is it? So if I get just Terratop by himself, that's guaranteed. Like, it's not guaranteed because of disruption, but no disruptions. I get a 1-card Crystal Wing. Terratop plus 1 revival card is a 2-card Crystal Wing generated all from 1 Cork Sugar, so it's really good. I don't want to play 3 is too bricky. Well, yeah, 3 is too much. You need the space, and you don't ever want to just play 1 because I make multiple per game. Generates so much advantage. Such a good card. So you need 2 minimum to play this. 1 Hugoiga. If I contribute it on field and increase the level of all monsters on the field by 1, and if there's a SPEEDROID tuner on my field and it's in my grave, I can just special it for free. Hugoiga is best SPEEDROID extender in the extra deck. Really amazing card, makes Crystal Winging so much faster, makes the deck so much fun to play. Hugoiga, so much fun. You don't need to. 1 Chambara for game, really big push for game. It's, what is that, 4,600 on its own direct, if it's just swinging direct. Really good card, love the card. Card has been insane. Even seen playing Dino back in like 2018, 2017. So Chambara is really good. I tried to set up a chain link where, so like my Terratop got banished early in the duel by the Ice Shade, and so I synchroed this off and then was later able to add Terratop back off of Chambara, and I was about to summon Fleur with Wind Pegasus and Cork Sugar, and so I go, okay, Chambara, I get Terratop, special Terratop, attempt to search. He's like, Ash. I'm like, cool, whatever, I have something to defend me now. Play 3 Mud Dragon, so Chambara recursion is clutch. Last SPEEDROID synchro I play is the Kite Drake. Card didn't come up today, but that's why I play it, is for when I need it. Because on synchro summon, it either black roses the board besides himself, so it just nukes everything besides himself, or it's just dark rollers my opponent's board. And if the opponent sends it to the grave by their card, I search a SPEEDROID card. So card is really strong. That's why we play the 1. It's really good. For the Synchro Dragons, I play 1 Clearwing. Fast Dragon is better, I will admit that, but most of the time I'm just banishing this off of the the Rubber Band Shooter, right? Yeah. So I just banish this most of the time off of Rubber Band Shooter. That's why it's in here. It comes up every now and then. It didn't come up today against Albaz, but I summoned it just in case, so that's why it's in there. 2 Crystal Wings. This card is hilarious in this format because it's literal king of all synchro and fusion monsters, unless it prevents monster effects during battle phase. This card just single-handedly dumpsters the branded Albaz decks because they end on fusions, and whenever this thing battles a fusion or just anything level 5 or higher, it just gains the attack points. And so most of the time my end board is double Crystal Wing, or like Crystal Wing Fleur, Crystal Wing Shen Shen. So you got, people play 1 to 2. I'd say 2 is the go-to because that double Crystal Wing is disgusting. Just love the card. For generic Wind Synchros, Baron de Fleur. Deck really needed this. You have an Omni Negate and a pop of any card, like a Regeki Break for free, plus a recursion if you'd keep it. This card stopped a droplet against Striker that saved my board of Rubber Band Sugar, Hagoita, Crystal Wing, Shen Shen, and Baron. So he goes, Wiggle Anchor, target Shen Shen, and I'm like, King. He's like, chain droplet, pitch the Wiggle Anchor I'm activating and a spell from hand, and I go chain Baron, negate droplet, and he's like, okay. Now he has 2 cards in hand to work with, and I'm sitting there with that God board, which I don't think I've seen online even. I have Crystal Wing, Shen Shen, Baron. So you need Baron definitely to run this deck. This card is way too strong not to play it. And it's wind, so it makes it even better. One Chen, what is this? Macros on legs, really good. Offers, like, takes a negate on its own. Really good, really good card. So I love this card. It's funny because you can target Albaz fusions with Malicious Magnet. Most of them are level 8, sync it off for this. I didn't do it today, but that's why the magnet's in there, is just in case I'm going to do that. For the last 3, Wind Pegasus, back row removal, and then monster, shuffle any card on the board back into the deck by banishing it from my graves. So Mud Dragon was summoned using this in Cork Sugar game, or round 5. And he goes, swing over your SPEEDROID, I'm like, banish, put back. And he's like, okay. Now he has no monsters, and I think that's how he Griffin Record for game. So only way he's able to accomplish it because of this. Really happy with how this performed. 1 Juju. It doesn't come up as much as I'd like it to come up, but that's why I play it. I can either banish Clearwing or this because I'm not summoning Juju as much. But it's generic, it's 6, it's indestructible if they Dragoon me. We'll see how it plays out with this format. I'm not playing as much after this, but Juju is just a generic 6, so that's what makes it good. You could also play Reptite. That's also a thing from Hagamancipators, but it's a DG Crow on legs, and it's got a tough defense. I don't know. Juju is weird. And last card is Sarga's Charge Warrior. So on Synchro, I just draw a card. So really good extending into this mid-combo and getting paid off by drawing a card mid-combo. I think I was seeing a speaker cover off of this, and I'm like, damn, alright, I'm drawing another card, let's go. So that's why I played Charge Warrior. Charge Warrior is kind of just a must-have as a way to extend. Video is getting kind of long, I'm sorry. I'm super excited. I haven't won a tournament like this. So let's go side deck. So 3 Nib. It saved me against Live Twin. He goes full combo, summoning red, special blue, link into red, red bring back blue, Yaga, ends on Trouble Sungin. I go Nib because he didn't use the normal summon of the main deck monster. He specialed the other one, this one that has a Starlight, and then did the full combo. And so Nib came in clutch against that match. It's the only time I ever decided to get in, and I'm just happy I had it. 3 Lancia. Tri Brigade has been really prevalent where I'm at, so that's why I play it. I didn't see any adventure, but that's also good for that. So that's why I'm playing Lancia, is it covers 2 of the beggar decks that I have to play against up here. So that's Lancia. 3 Lightning Storm. Strong as always. It helped game 3 against, or match 5, game 3. Clear his fusion so I could combo and he doesn't disrupt me. I misplayed where I didn't activate and popped his set Super Poly because he misplayed, thought he could fuse from hand. But it's whatever. I ended up just having it. I probably could close out the game if I didn't misplay that hard. That was my only big misplay of the day. So that's, Lightning Storm is really good because we had a Geist player, we had a Trap Tricks, Amazement, so it covers that matchup. Evenly I did not use today, but that's also why it's in there, is for stuff like Branded, where they end on big fusion boards. Like I saw a 5 fusion board earlier, like 5 different fusion monsters. It looked insane. So that's why that's in there. I should change this out. The only way this deck clears games is either by enough negates or just swinging through 3 to 4 disruptions and going to battle phase. So that's why I'm very iffy on this card. I'd not once go, I'm gonna side this in. But we had a Geist and we had Amazement, so if I did play them, this was going in. And the last card that really saved me game 2 against Brandig is I got hand trapped So I had nothing else to do, so I just set D-Barrier and Perm and then won game 2. Because they activated the Wasp Brandig where it's like I can't respond to fusion summons, and I just go D-Barrier. It's like, okay, summon monster past turn, and I'm like, okay, game. So D-Barrier really strong, really needed for the branded matchup. You just, if you try to stop Lubellion and they have a way to get it off board or just protect with the Tri-Brigade Mercarrier, and you're screwed. So that's what the D-Barrier is for, is just ultimate insurance that they're not extending. I got D-Barrier once, but I just played through it, so it didn't matter. This deck has a hard D-Barrier matchup because you only have the 2 links, but that's whatever. Finally get to say SPEEDROID best deck. I'm super happy, super satisfied with the list. I try my list out if you want, and then just change the E-Talia engine and then swap out Primitive for the 3rd Griffin Rider. It's really the only problems I had with it. You can up hand trap count, but I don't know if it'll help because you just want the deck to be all gas. Literal just gas, just go literal speed. That's the deck. I've had previous builds where I played through 3 disruptions and I OTK'd, so it was super funny. Even my opponent, we were laughing because it was he didn't know what to stop, so we're just sitting there. I'm just the deck, when I open all extenders and a starter, is literally just, oh no, anyways. So, hope you enjoy. Sorry about the long vid. I just comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Fafnir, you get out.